What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be doing a comparison video. Sunlu was kind enough to send me their filament connector, and so today I'm going to be doing a video comparing this to the AMS and seeing is there any reason for an AMS user to have the filament connector. Does it do anything different or easier? I'm also going to be testing it on a single color printer because I know a lot of you guys don't have AMSs or multicolor capabilities, so I'll be doing that too. We have a lot to explore, so let's get right to it. All right, so there's these little connector pieces, a cable, and then the actual device. A lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. All right, so all I need to do is plug it in. Oh no, you have to supply your own brick. Luckily, I have one. It's plugged in. Whoa, okay. So I guess you just use one of these little guys. Let's see if I can get one out. One of these connector tubes, and then the two pieces of filament on either side. And then you put it in there, and it works its magic. So now I just want to figure out and test how this thing works. So I need to take one of these little guys, and I have some green and yellow filament, and I'm just gonna see how it works before I try it for any other tests. So it says in the instructions to cut it at an angle, and so I'm gonna do that there, and probably more of an angle than that, honestly, but okay, so I did that. And now in the sleeves, they go in and then they connect so that the angles line up. I twisted it a little bit and then the joint lined up perfectly on my angles right there. All right, so then it said to put that in here so that the joint is like in the middle. Okay, it's in there. Power. Okay, it's heating up. So I'm just waiting for this to reach this. All right, we're almost there. That took a while. When the welding time is reached, the machine will sound a prompt tone. Hold both sides of the wire with both hands and push it inward until the buzzer sounds to ensure sufficient contact at the interface. Press the heating cover switch button. Hold both sides, slowly remove the filament. Is that part hot? Okay, and then it said to set it down to cool. So my filament is cooling. Turn off the power to prevent accidental burns. Okay, power off. Once cooled, place the filament ends into the cutting slot. Make sure the joint is positioned in the cutting slot. Okay, in the cutting slot. All right, it seems pretty joined. All right, so now we know how it works. Now let's do it with a little bit more filament and test it on a printer. Okay, so I'm gonna be using blue and white for my experiment. Okay, so these are all the pieces that I cut, and now I'm gonna connect everything to this roll of blue filament just so that it doesn't actually run out of filament, just in case. I don't think it will, but I'm gonna connect it here so that it has all of this to run out if it needs. I don't think it will need it. Okay, so I need a connector piece inside of there. Okay, and then the white piece goes in this side. And I'm just twisting it so that they meet up how they're supposed to. So now that that is done, it's in there. Now press the power button. It'll stop blinking, hopefully. Oh well, it's loaded in there. And so now I'll just wait for it to heat up and then start connecting all these pieces together. Jeez. Guess I should have been holding on to that a little better. Also don't know how good I did on that joint, but maybe it won't even make it this far. We'll see. Anyways, put it in here. Slice that puppy. Supposed to be able to just take it off. Yeah, it just kind of peels right off. Goodness gracious. I must not have sliced it good enough. So it has a bit of an issue right there, so I may try to redo this one. I really wish that thing would stay open. There's no way I can get it in there. Use something to prop it up. But then I can't get my hand over there. Jeez. Oh man, this is easy, guys. It's really easy, if you can't tell. Alright, back in business, I think. Alright, so I tried it again. The joint's gonna be fine. I can look in there and tell that part's really strong. But what's not strong is when it comes out, it instantly kinks at the end of this. And that's not gonna go through. That's not good. So I gotta redo this one again.
A few moments later.
It did it again, but this time on the white side. Ugh, this is really annoying. Beeps are done. No. Okay, hold it still. Let it cool. You just have to be very careful when you're bringing the filament out of there so it doesn't kink the ends of it. Now let's hope this joint is fine, because that was actually the problem the very first time. Maybe we'll just cut them all at the end. Alright. Trim that end. We'll trim this end. Get one of these connectors. Connect them. Okay, so they're in there. They're twisted the correct way. Now let's see if we can get this in here. Make sure the filament is in there straight. Alright, wait for it to heat up again. And then hopefully have a successful joint. Time to cut it off and see what it looks like. So you just stick it in the cutter. The joint looks okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's get this one cut off. Okay, that one's good. Ooh, that one is not very good. We have to redo that one. You can maybe see it's very not good. It's really tough with this much filament all kind of spun the other way. Or spun a different way. No. Oh. Okay. Alright, so the filament is all connected. Now I'm just gonna work on rolling it up so that it's somewhat neat to go into the printer. Is it probably still gonna get tangled? I believe so, yes. So hopefully this will go into the back of the printer, and then this will be on the little holder, and we will print. So that did not work at all. I placed this on the back of the computer. Nope. I placed this on the back of, like the spool holder on the back of the printer, and it kind of just like shot everywhere and didn't do what it was supposed to do. So I'm gonna use an old spool, maybe tape down the end of this one and wind it up and hope it stays. I don't know. All right, so I've got the end of this and an old spool. If I can somehow wind it up. All right, no, no. Oh, I'm just gonna hope that that is good. It has to be, right? Yeah, it has to be. I'm going with it. I'll see you guys on the other side. There it is on the back side of the printer. We're loading it in. All right, so one last thing that I want to test out with this filament connector is using the ends of your rolls to create an item. So I'm going to use my scrap filament, try to connect it and print a nameplate, and that'll kind of be like my final test for this thing. So let's get over here and do it. All right, so we need to connect these two rolls together, and probably more, but we'll just start with this one. I actually have another roll I can use as the end of it. Okay, so I have the end of this Bamboo Galaxy roll. That will be like my starting point. And so I will need to connect, I think the yellow will look the coolest next, or maybe the purple. We'll go with the purple actually. Last time I had to disconnect the blue from the spool because it just made everything so difficult. So I'm hoping I can leave this one on the spool and then like wind that one onto it. So that one's cut at an angle, and now I'll cut this one at an angle. I'm actually gonna cut it at a different angle just to make this easier. So now they should slide together pretty nicely. So we're gonna heat this thing up. Now I'm gonna try and wind this roll of purple onto this one because I don't have a way to do that manually. So it'll kind of just be like however I can do it best, but we'll see. Yeah, if these had a lot on them, this would be way too tedious, but this won't take too long. All right, perfect. So now I have this purple as the starting point for the next connection. And we will connect that to some of this white, actually, that we pulled off earlier. All right, so this one worked out okay, I think. Hopefully it'll go through the nozzle just fine, or the extruder, I don't know. I'm just gonna wind it up onto the roll now. It's much easier when the filament's not on a roll when you're winding it. Now let's see what the next color is gonna be. This yellow over here. This roll is fully loaded. I'm gonna put it in the printer and see what it looks like. All right, so we are in the computer and we need a way to test. So I'm going to go to Tinkercad, create a new 3D design, and I really want to test the gradient capabilities. That's what I'm kind of hoping for with this. Let's see what I can do. I just want a plain tile. That's really all I want. And I think I'm going to make it like 0.6, like not super thick, something like that. I probably could have done this in Bambu Studio actually. Just put a square on the plate. So now, to get it to print the gradient that I want, I need to force a color change. Rotation on the red axis, 90 degrees. Beautiful. Cut. 90. Enter. Yes, it did it. Okay, perfect. Now I can just change the color to it doesn't matter. Okay, so now I think this will work. Okay, flushing volumes, can I just make them both 0 for those two? I'll have to remember this for the future, but at 0, that means they would flush none. So that should create the gradient since they're flushing none. So that's the first test. This one is the single color going to the single color printer, testing the filament connector. I need to figure out at what point how much on each side to create this. That also. So when I look at the preview of this one, 25 minutes, it's, wow, no filament at all. 3.7 grams and 3.61 grams. So I need to weigh out that many grams of each of those colors and create my own filament so that the gradient starts. Nope. Interesting. I'm gonna do my best. It may not turn out well. But stay tuned, please. And subscribe. Thank you. Alright, so the gradient looks pretty cool. This is the single color printer. And there was enough filament, barely. But the gradient looks cool right here from white to blue, but what I need to do is change this to only one layer and not multiple layers. So I'm gonna do some different colors here and then make that one layer so I can see a better gradient. And this is the AMS with 0 purge, which is pretty cool over here in this triangle area. You can see where it changed from white to blue, but the top slicing pattern is like a diagonal and it's making it look strange. So I'm gonna change the top pattern and turn it into a single layer and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna be creating more of this blue and white filament like before, and I need about 10 grams to create the piece I want to create, so here we go. All right, first piece is cooking, and I cut these into smaller strips so that I can get more color changes on the same level. I've reconnected the blue and white pieces. Now we print, and then hopefully we're close to finished. All right, so still not really what I wanted. You can kind of see where it changed colors right there. Oh boy. And then this isn't going super well. Hopefully you can see that it's just not, it's very stringy, so maybe a clog or something. It's also just like super old filament, so I don't know, I'm gonna let it keep going and see what happens. So it looks like the problem was just the yellow filament. The white is looking a little bit better, but you can see at the bottom there, the yellow is just not it. A little bit of a gradient. And then the single color maybe worked a little better. We'll get them off, do a final reveal. All right, so I've finally finished printing all of my tests. And my final thoughts are, it's kind of cool. It does work better than the AMS, because with the AMS, you can't really color change in the middle of a layer. So I had to cut my model into 4 different pieces so that each of those pieces would be a different color and kind of like force a color change. Here is the final product for the AMS. You can see right here, there was the color change that happened because this entire section should have been blue, and this white was the run out from this section. Not much of a gradient change, not exactly what I was hoping for, but cool to see what would happen. And then this one is the one that I printed with the filament connector. So you can kind of see a bit of a fading between the blue and the white when it would change colors, which is more prominent or better, I guess, than the AMS. So that part is cool. Do I have a reason to use this in the future? Probably not. But if you do not have multicolor printing or an AMS to roll out the loose ends of your filament, yeah, for 35 bucks, I would say it is worth it. If you do not want to spend the $300 on an AMS unit or you don't have Bambu printers, sure, try out the Sunlu Filament Connector. A bit of a learning curve. Took me some time, and it's a good thing that they give you lots of these little guys because you will definitely need them. Some mistakes were made, but it ended up not really mattering because that one turned out cooler than the AMS, even with the weird connections and the bulges at the ends and everything that went wrong, basically. I did get into a groove with the connector. I did figure out the ways that make it work best. Overall, worth trying. Sure, definitely give it a try. It was a very fun learning experience. Will I use it in my business? Probably not. But if you have the spare $35 and you think it would be fun to try and connect some filament and make your own gradients or your own color changing filament, go for it. It's not that hard to use. Worked well in my single color printers. I don't know that I would use it in the AMS just because the connections aren't super strong, and so the going through the whole thing may not work well. I didn't test that. But on a single color printer, it works well. You should try it. And here's the nameplate. You can see that the colors changed. Not something I could use just because of how poorly the yellow did in the beginning, but you can see where the colors change. Again, I would probably just use my AMS for this and roll out these rolls with an unknown amount of filament on them just to make a fun design, but it could have worked pretty cool if I would have had better, more dry filament. I guess the yellow was very old. So we gave it our best shot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun using this new filament connector. Thank you to Sunlu for sending it to me. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process. I'll catch you in the next one.